Hi, Poison Feather here again. This is my second video. I thought I'd talk a bit about Diablo 3. The last video was a bit about Diablo 1, but mainly my experience on Diablo 2. I wanted to do Diablo 3. Well, I thought I'd be doing a Diablo 3 in the last video as well, but I didn't realise that. Well, I had a bit of trouble trying to upload on YouTube. 15-minute max, and then had to verify the account, etc., etc. Eventually, I got it sorted. So there's another video on there about Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. My humble experiences on the two games. Anyway, let's talk a bit about Diablo 3. Like I said, it's these are my first videos, so they're a bit sort of like basic, just me talking, no editing or anything like that. Yeah, okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the last video, and I'll talk a bit about my experiences on Diablo 3. Okay, thank you. Right, so first of all, what I kind of realised over the years that Diablo 3 has been out now, still some people haven't realised it's not actually Diablo 2. Obviously there's a lot of, it's got better over the years. I enjoy it a lot more than I used to. I mean, I've always enjoyed it. I did hit a rut in Diablo 3 where you kind of were just grinding. I mean, it's that kind of game. It's a loot-based game. You're going to grind for items, etc. But I just kind of got a bit bored with it. I dip in and out now and again. But now it's, I think the game's where where it should be at the moment. Still really enjoy it now. I'll probably play it after I've finished doing these videos. But yeah, so anyway, back to my original point. Some people seem to not realise that Diablo 3 is not Diablo 2. I can see where they're coming from. There was big expectations. They wanted, just a Diablo 2 basically with better graphics, I guess. New items, etc., etc. But what it is obviously a completely different game. It's missing some things, obviously. But overall, I think it's a good game. Still a lot of people play it. Relatively, very good community on Diablo. Recently, I've joined quite a few communities online, and they've all been really helpful. Like achievement hunters, for example. I do like going for my achievements now and again, so they're really helpful. Loot share as well. That's pretty good. I don't think there is a community just called Loot Share, but say for example Barb Riffs or Witch Doctor Riffs, and you share your loot, which is good. Excuse the little noises. That's that's me just turning my chair. So if you hear a little squeak, it's nothing rude. Anyway, so that was my first point. So I've been waiting for Diablo 3 for obviously a long time. I played Diablo 2 for a very long time. When I heard the Diablo 3 was being released, it sort of blew my mind really. I remember somebody showing me a little clip on YouTube, which was I think it was at a Blizzard Con or something, and this guy comes on stage playing the Tristram music on a little sitar, guitar, ukulele, banjo maybe. I can't remember what it was. Probably just a guitar. But I remember getting goosebumps and just tingling, just like couldn't believe it. Hearing that music and then watching the trailer. Whoa, must have watched that trailer a million times before Diablo 3 actually came out. Speaking of cinematics and that, I still got to say on Diablo 3, probably my favourite cinematics would have to be the bit where Leah, I think she sort of kind of falls asleep, I think, or and Asmodan appears and starts talking to her, saying, you thought you were so clever, which immediately to me, I thought after actually completing the game, I thought, okay, so Asmodan does know that Diablo's inside Leah and is trying to capture all the other what they call the primevals, etc. Apologise if you haven't completed the game. That's a bit of a spoiler, but if you're watching this video, you must have done anyway. You must be interested in Diablo 3 in general. Anyway, I love that cinematic so much. It's brilliant. So basically, I waited for Diablo 3 for quite a while. Pre-ordered it from a popular internet shop. Ordered the collector's edition. It was quite expensive, but when you've been waiting for a game for such a long time, you are willing to pay a bit more to get the full package. The art book and the behind the scenes, etc. So anyway, yeah, so I ordered that. Came through the no, it got delivered 'cause obviously it's a big box. Signed for it. Chuffed as hell to get it. At that point, I just had it wasn't an old laptop, but I'd had it for a couple of years. So I started loading it up on the laptop. Unfortunately, got to the end. This laptop does not meet the requirements, the video card wise. Um, so yeah, that was that was a pleasant surprise. I remember turning it off, going downstairs, and I think I actually done the washing up. I think I did. My girlfriend at the time, she said to me, "Oh, I thought you were playing on your game," and I was like, "No, I'm not." And I told her what had happened, and she was like, "Well, why don't you just go and buy a new PC? Take some money out of the savings account and that." And yeah, obviously, my my eyes and my ears pricked up then. Um, and yeah, so I got in contact with my dad, who was at work that day, because I'd actually booked a week off to play Diablo 3 when it came out. So I got in contact with my dad, and he said, "Don't worry, I'll take you down PC World when I finish work." So obviously, I just sort of killed some time in that. Took me down PC World. Oh, well, I shouldn't be advertising people. Sorry. Yeah, took me down there, and I mean, obviously a lot of other places, well, millions of other places, maybe even better places to buy PCs and laptops, etc. But this particular one was very convenient, ready built. I just basically needed a new PC straight away. So I went down there, spotted one I liked. It turns out I couldn't afford to buy a monitor for it. Dad being dad, he said, "I'll tell you what, look, I'll buy the monitor for you." And it's actually the PC that I'm using now. Really nice, got a really nice monitor. It's like a 20. It's a weird size, maybe a 23-inch LED monitor. It's really nice anyway. But yeah, so anyway, I'm getting off track here. So yeah, I was really, really chuffed that the that I got a new PC. Obviously, that's obviously quite a happy thing. But to be actually playing Diablo 3, it was just amazing. Obviously I had to load it up again and everything. I had pretty good internet connection as well. Um, I did notice though, which I think everybody noticed, to begin with, the lag and the dropout and the rubber banding and all this kind of stuff. On release there was a lot of trouble. But it wasn't unplayable. You just kind of got used to it. You kind of, especially, I mean, when I get a new game, especially Diablo or that, I'll start on single player first, work my way through. I take my time. I really enjoy that. Uh, yeah, and I also remember when you eventually got to Act 2 Inferno, the difficulty scale just boomed up. It was just like wow. Those stupid little mosquito things, hornet things. One of those little things hit you and you're dead. Just like it was just incredible. But I mean that's all been addressed now. But anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd give you a bit of I don't know, a little tale to when I first got Diablo 3. I like the changes now. I did like the what did people call it? The auction house simulator. I did like that. I liked making some gold. I made like barely any money on that on your real money auction house, but yeah, I made a few million in that. Not loads of that. Sold a couple of things which I was really surprised that they sold for the amount. Obviously I just didn't know the worth. But I kept posting things on for I think it was £250. I think it was English pounds, and just hoping that somebody who's really rich would go on there and just go whatever, I'll buy that, I'll buy that, I'll buy that. You never know, do you? You never know. But it never happened. But thought I'd try anyway. Yeah, so I used to like the auction house. I used to like the gearing up a new character, for example. I mean the new when you start a new character. Excuse me, it was the low level stuff was really expensive because excuse me, everybody wants to get a quick start and sort of like level up quickly, etc. So but yeah, I used to enjoy that. I used to like You know, I never used to flip items much, which is like buying an item for a decent price and then just reselling them. You know, I never had the skill for that. But anyway, you know, I like that the emphasis now is on self-found. You know, I prefer self-found. You know, you find that item. You know, I still see that although obviously legendaries drop a lot more now. I do like seeing that gold light trail up to the sky, or even better, the green light trail going up to the sky. You know, that's just like wow. You know, you still get that feeling. You're like woohoo, especially if it's you know, I don't know. For example, Witch Doctor, ceremonial dagger, gold light trail to the sky. You know you've got to be chuffed for that. You know, obviously, you know it's never a Renlow Flare or a Stam out of Kukri, for me anyway. But you know that's still you still get tingles for that. You know, especially those kind of items. But yeah, you know I like the play to win rather than the pay to win now. Um, I you know I also like the starting new characters, starting from the beginning. I especially like the way that you can start a new character, eventually get a socketed weapon, whack a decent ruby in there, and suddenly you're doing probably like 20 times the amount of damage that you really should be, I guess, which is really good. You know, I really enjoy that. Sort of like you know, you just destroying everything. And what I usually do is I usually get a Hellfire ring on my low level, get a ruby in the helm as well for the extra experience. I've got a old Kane set plan, which is good, which means I think it's level 23, and you get a lot of bonus experience for the set and that, which I think it's Kane's. Which yeah, I usually equip on my new characters and that, usually craft, which is good. You know, so you can get your new characters up pretty quickly. You know, it does. You know, it is a bit of a grind still. It's better if somebody can help you, but you know, I still enjoy making new characters. I remember occasionally I would join a high level game with a friend and get them to just like level me up. But the problem with that is you die in like one shot. So you know, like you just hard to avoid anything. You know, so you know you got to be really careful, and it would take a while sometimes. So I just thought I'll just level up myself. Well, bounties now, bounties. You know, you get a lot of experience from doing bounties. You know, so I think that's how I've leveled my last sort of like two characters up. I think with bounties. Um, I obviously the one thing with bounties is that on low level is you know, if you get that super rare item dropping on a level 20, you know, that's heartbreaking. For example, a Shard of Hate. Never had one of them. If one of them dropped at level 20, you know, oh god, Renlow Flare, you know, whatever, you know, all these high end you know items and that which are really rare. What else is really rare? What can I think of? Is it Crider Shot, I think it's called. The Demon Hunter bow, you know, one of those dropped at level 20, you know, you'd cry. Anyway, so I'm just going to quickly talk a little bit about a couple of characters that I've got. Well, my first character I started was a Barbarian. Usually when I start games, the character ends up being something a bit wacky. For example, I played Lord of the Rings for years, and the first character I started, my main, was a minstrel, which you know is predominantly like a healer, a monk. Which I thought the healing mechanics in that game were you know a bit lackluster. I didn't really like the way they'd done it. But anyway, like so you know that's a character which takes time to level and that, whereas you know, like something like a barbarian. I thought, right, you know, we'll choose a barbarian. That'll be easy, you know, like simple hack and slash, you know. Whereas, like I said, usually I like to choose something a bit different, you know, like what else? Other examples? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I think maybe Sacred. I think I played that briefly. I think I chose a vampire woman or something, and you know I think they take extra damage in a day or something. That didn't go very well. But yeah, you know I like to be a little bit different sometimes on the games and that. For example, I've got a Leapquake Barb. Not very good damage at the moment, so I've just got the equipment to do the actual build, but I've concentrated on lightning. I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm doing lightning, earthquakes everywhere, and I've got a word wild or something ring, which everything it's got a chance to be stunned if it gets lightning damage, which is good. Um, yes, so that I like to do different builds. I mean, everybody's just. I mean, I could run fire. I've got like a Devastator and a Burning Axe of Sankis, and what's it called? Cindercoat, for example. But I just like to do something different now and again. Just like to, be that person who's like, the people are like, oh, okay, that's why are you doing, why are you using that element, or why are you using that skill or something. It's better. Sometimes I don't like the necessary cookie cutter. Sometimes I do like being a bit different in that. Well, the video is about 50 minutes long so far. So, what I'll do is I'll quickly go over a few of my characters, and then I might even just end the video and make another video afterwards, I think. Okay, so first character, Barbarian. At the moment, he's a cold seismic slam barbarian. Um, I was really chuffed when they buffed seismic slam a while ago. That made me very happy. I like cold as well because of the slow, etc. Uses usual things. Reaper's wraps, which are good for the increased like fury generation with with it when you get health globes. That's good. I use sword to plowshares battle rage as well, which is good. Extra health globes drop, so that sort of works in unison because you want to obviously get as many seismic slams out as possible. I tell you what I did for a while. I used throwing weapon, the extra fury gain rune. I found that out of all the fury gaining, the primary attacks seemed to work the best. Seemed to generate the most fury the quickest. So yeah, so that's worth trying if nobody's tried it before. Eventually, it took me a while, but I eventually made a good Uta's Roar. A cold weapon, so that was good. What else did I use? Oh, Thunder Fury, decent Thunder Fury. I found 3 so far. One was at level 60, but then I found 2. I think I've got a level 61 on a Templar, and my 2 level 71s. One's in my stash, waiting possibly to go on my Leap Quake Barb. Maybe it might be pretty good. Yeah, so I mean, my barbarians got better. I was actually using a shield, a sword and shield, and the toughness was like through the roof. And the only thing was, obviously, it was pretty slow killing things. Almost embarrassed. Like you go in a rift with some people and that, and they're killing everything, and you don't want to get stuck with one-on-one on a monster because if they see what you're doing and they see how slow you are at killing it, and it's just laughable, really. So I've swapped that out. I still kept with decent toughness, but now I think I use my Uta's Roar and my Thunder Fury. So yeah, that was just a quick description of one of my characters. I also got a fire pet Witch Doctor. I've put in quite a lot of time for that Witch Doctor. Does a fair amount of damage. I think it does. It's over 2 million fire damage. That's obviously sheet damage. Plus, I think it's got 70. I think it's got about 70% extra fire. Maybe I might be exaggerating here. 74. I can't remember, but does over 2 million damage, which is pretty good. I'm looking. Excuse me. I mean, it's stacking fire damage. I'm really looking forward to the new patch because at the moment I use Burning Dogs, which is the little dog which you fire out and it explodes. Obviously, fire damage, like splash damage sort of thing, area damage. But there you have to just kind of aim it, and quite often I'm just smashing it against a wall or whatever. But yeah, apparently the corpse bomb, the explosion one, which comes up from the I think it's the Witch Doctor skill where it's like vomits like sick out sort of poison and stuff. The corpse bomb one is going to change to fire, which will be brilliant. You know, it does a lot of damage. So you know, I can just keep spamming that, which will be brilliant. Excuse me. I've never found a tasker in Theo's, which I would like to find a tasker in Theo's. Although my mage fists are really good. Got well, almost perfect roll. Not that much intelligence, I don't think, but I think it's 1% off perfect trifecta, I think. So not bad. You know, but you know, I've wondered whether what would be better using those, or if I found a tasker and Theo's. I'm not sure. You know, if anybody leaves any comments, you know, I wouldn't mind their own opinion. You know, that would be brilliant if they could. I've got a frozen orb. I'm not going to go through all my characters, just a couple more. I've got a frozen orber. I haven't really done much work with her for a while. She's okay. She's actually, I mean, to be honest, actually, her equipment's not actually that brilliant. She's got the Chantando's set on. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is okay. But you know, I probably would like a Winter Flurry maybe, or a I've got a the mirror ball, but it only does one extra magic missile, so you know I'm not bothered about using that yet. But yeah, you know, the character's like needs a bit of love and care and attention, but just haven't really played with them much, really. You know, trying to concentrate on my my Demon Hunter, for example, which is the next one I'm going to talk about. So yeah, so I've got two Demon Hunters. The main one I play with is my Cluster Arrow Demon Hunter, which is, you know, cookie cutter sort of build. It doesn't actually do that much damage compared to a lot of other people's Demon Hunters. It does quite a lot though. I think it's about. I've just got changed on my gems, so I don't know, 1.3 million fire maybe, which isn't actually that much compared to, you know, a lot of people's. It still, you know, it still destroys stuff. I think one of the reasons I don't do so much damage is I use the Shearer's set for lols. I just really like it. You know, I like proccing them, and my damage goes up a lot once they're out. You know, say my damage was 800,000 sheet. You know, once they come out, you know, it would be like sort of you know, 1.1 million sheet, and then obviously you got your fire damage on top of that. So definitely, you know, definitely worth it. I think they proc every. I think they've got a 30-second cooldown. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the internal cooldown is, but yeah, it's really good. You know, it's really funny. I've had a couple of people who haven't been playing for very long saying, "How come you've got all your followers in a multiplayer game?" Which is always funny. You know, so I just obviously post up all my Ashira's items and that. But yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I really enjoy that. I've also got my Enchantress has got the Maximus. So obviously, then we have our demon, like slave demon appears when she appears. We've got my Templar who has I think it's called a Genzaku, which is an axe which makes a fallen champion appear. So that's out as well. I'm gonna get a little army here. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there is a bow which summons anything. You know, like which a scoundrel can use, which is a bit upsetting. You know, because I thought that'd be brilliant. You know, have another thing out. So I think I gave him I think it was a hell rack. I think it was, just to root enemies, which is always handy. Trying to think. What was I going to say? Yeah, so you know, I just you know, I really like, you know, when they pop out and that, you know, it's just really funny, you know, seeing them all pop out and that. Anyway, I think I think I'll finish this video here because I'm sort of like losing trail of thought and bumbling a little bit. I'll post this video up, and the next video I think I'll be talking a bit more about maybe bounties, and there'll be a video about sort of like the new patch, slightly, you know, my opinion on it. Not too much about the new patch because I'm going to wait to play it first, but no doubt I'll love it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Obviously, if anybody has, and I'll be posting another video up very shortly. Thank you very much. Bye. Boys and Feather out.